All right, beautiful sunrise this morning at Prairie Creek. Here's what we got. We've got a nice early sunrise here. Sunrise is at 6:01 this morning, and so we're going to trim about a half minute or so off the day for today with daylight hours. Otherwise, a few mid-level clouds this morning should give way to a lot of sunshine for today. Currently 62 in Fayetteville, so it is comfortable out there this morning. 65 degrees in Bentonville, still 70 in Fort Smith. Humidity has been pushed well off toward the south where you see the yellows there. Those are temperatures in the 70s, but there's a boundary that's a long ways away from us that will show you how that's going to play out for our weather for the weekend. Today's high temperature around 84 to 85 for today, so like yesterday, lower humidity is still in place. And so here we have low pressure. This is what's been giving the World Series fits here the last several days. It's now over St. Louis, and it's headed off towards the east. Active storms this morning over parts of Mississippi and Alabama. So it's left a boundary here in southern parts of Arkansas. See a couple of showers there, a couple thunder showers have broken out there this morning. This will suppress this boundary probably a little further south as these storms get going today, and also more storms along the front over western parts of Oklahoma. So there's the boundary we're watching for the Saturday potential. So here's the outlook for Saturday. Has us in the slight risk that could be intensified further as we get more information, maybe late to that today and also for tomorrow. But right now we're in a slight risk over western parts of Arkansas. It includes everybody in our area. However, I'm going to be watching a couple things. First of all, this boundary becomes a warm front. So hot weather on this side of the warm front, milder air on this side of the front. We'll have storms come over Oklahoma tonight, and they'll probably be in our area late tonight and tomorrow morning. What that'll do, it'll send some cool thunderstorm boundaries along and south of our area. So it'll probably overspread us with this cooler air mass, and what that'll do is that'll push a boundary further off toward the south. We're going to watch that outflow boundary. When storms get going, they'll let the wind out, and it'll head off toward the south, creating a difference in wind. So we'll have a northeast wind along the boundary, and right now the boundary looks like it's going to be south of Fort Smith over central Oklahoma, and this is where the really strong heating and instability gets going out in here. So I'm watching this area over to the extreme southwest of our area for looks like the highest potential for the worst weather for us. Looks like wind and hail, the bigger threat. Tornado potential is along that boundary. So we'll watch where that ends up. But I think that's going to be south of Fort Smith and really over central and eastern parts of Oklahoma. I think that's probably the higher potential for the worst weather. For us today, looks like sunshine and mild. Storms get going over southern Arkansas, also western parts of Oklahoma. Those fizzle out. More storms fire late this afternoon over parts of the high plains over Kansas. There we go with more storms out there, and then those will become pretty active late tonight and tomorrow morning. 85 today, dry today, so looks pretty good at the LPGA to start the tournament today. And then tomorrow, off and on thunderstorms. There is some potential they could be severe here. There is some potential that's there. However, looks like storms in the morning could stabilize our atmosphere, and so I would say bigger threat for some heavy rain. High temperature 79, and then we'll keep a 40% chance for storms there on Sunday. High temperatures warming pretty rapidly back in the upper 80s. It will probably become steamy by Sunday afternoon, and then more humidity in place for the rest of the week as we climb into the 90s. For a large part of next week. High pressure comes in and sets up shop, and looks like limited chances for any rainfall.
How concerned are you about Saturday?
For northwest Arkansas, I'm not that concerned. I would say right now the way it looks is over the southern part of the River Valley. That would be the area. And then I'm kind of looking at east Oklahoma and then back to the west along I-40. That's the area I'm looking for the tornado threat, the larger hail, the more active storms. But for us, it will be stormy. It will be off and on thunderstorms, and we will have some heavy downpours at times. So
got to keep an eye on the weather tomorrow.